Hi, Fashion Dolls. It is Transformation Tuesday, May 28th, and welcome to an all new episode of Style by Stevie. Our very special guest today needs no introduction, as he is already in the Hall of Fame of guests that I've already had on this show, on this platform. I'm super excited to have him back so that we can catch up and see what he's been up to today, Fashion Dolls. Kevin J. Stone is going to be joining me, and he is here. So, without further ado, Fashion Dolls, let's welcome to the dollhouse Kevin J. Stone. Hi, King David. Hi, everyone. Share the live and let everyone know that we are on so that we can get into the show today. All right? Hello. Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Great. It's great to have you back.
Great to be back.
Yes. Yes. Finally, Fashion Dolls, we have Kevin J. Stone back with us in the dollhouse, and we are going to be catching up. And I know you guys have been waiting. I apologize for the delay. I had to make sure that everything was uploaded to the stories for the show page so that we can get on the go on ahead and get the show started today. All right. So before we get into our combo, what
Mhm.
extras happened since the last one we did? Because I think this will be number 4. We've done so many already.
All right. And who's that? The comment, Real King David Hill, what's going on? So since the last time we talked, I actually went through a little bit of a period of questioning my own myself in this business, I should say. I questioned if it was the right business for me, and I wasn't thinking of giving up anything like that. It's just I felt like I wanted to know for sure that I knew that acting was what I wanted to do, which I've always felt that way. So I took like maybe like a day and I did some prayer, and I kid you not, that next day within 12 hours of me just praying to God, I booked a recurring role on a television show that I filmed in Tennessee, and it was just like I didn't even audition for this show. This was something I did in the past, and they brought the character back, and I was just like, okay, this is where I'm meant to be. So I filmed a TV show in Tennessee, um, and that'll be coming out in the fall. So when that comes out, I'll definitely let you know. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing, and I've been doing other projects as well that'll be coming out later on in the future as well. So,
And that you do. I'm looking at the list here, and you have some projects that are going to be coming out. We're going to dish on. But
yeah.
before I dish into that, I want to go back for a second. You said a thank
Okay.
you here. I'm seeing y'all. Hey, everybody, if you're just coming in, you have a purpose. You have a talent to do this. You
Mm,
have a gift. And I just had a conversation yesterday with Rage on having a purpose. And she
mm,
talked about getting into the industry to do hair, getting into the industry to design, getting into the industry to do so many things. And the conversation, if you guys caught that show yesterday, which was a summer beauty show, we talked basically giving people tips for the summer, how to get in touch with themselves and find inner beauty, all of these things in that conversation. Uh, it's important that we use what God has given us. And you have a
right.
talent alone in itself.
Well,
So
thank you.
continue on to keep perceiving in your gifts that God has given you. Don't give up because I just recently seen someone else say that they were going to give up, but you have
Mhm.
a gift. So
Oh yeah,
don't ever
definitely,
feel
definitely,
yeah.
definitely will not be giving up. No, not not anytime soon. This is what I feel like I'm destined to do. So I'm just gonna keep going.
And another thing you said is but God. So those are the
Yeah.
two words out there. That He is the reason for all of these things that are happening in our lives.
Yeah. What's up, Sean? I see you in the comments. What's going on, bro? That's another incredible actor as well. So
Yes, I'm seeing all of y'all come in. Hello, if I didn't get to you, welcome to the Dollhouse. I'm your host, Miss Stevie, the fashion goddess herself, the talk show hostess, all of that and so much more. So welcome if you're just coming in. Now, you said show. I'm looking at the list here, and you have a lot of projects that are in production that are coming out and
mm.
things. Vampire Genesis, which is already wrapped.
What's up, Byron?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm listening to you, but I'm looking at the comments too. Let me focus on you at the time. Let me focus on you. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You got Vampire Genesis, you got Sugarcane, the one that got away, Hello Karen, Trading
Uh,
Partners. I mean, you have a list of projects coming out. So my question is, how did you find the balance? And all of these are in this year alone, 2024.
yeah. Well, for me, the found the balance is definitely the scheduling. You letting people know what your schedule is, you know, what you have going on, so they can work around that. Um, because if you don't have any kind of schedule, you know, things can get all mixed up. So that's number one. And then number two, I always make sure I take time out for myself. So I'm not gonna put more on myself than what I
Oh
can
yeah.
handle. So if I feel like I have too much of a workload, I will take some things off. And that you know, being this is what I love to do, it doesn't feel like work. So whenever I get a chance to do it, if I have the time, I'm gonna do
And another thing you touched on, that's something that we touched on as well too yesterday, is making sure that you make time for yourself, because that's pivotal in this business. We're in the business of serving people, giving ourselves to people. And
it.
even for me doing this
I
platform
appreciate
with
that,
TV
Sean.
Connect,
Yeah.
yeah, taking a toll on you and your body. And you only get one body, so you have to make
Right.
sure that you are taking days off for yourself, because we're always on the go, always in high
Yeah.
demand, doing interviews like we're doing now, and all of this press for your film projects that are coming out. So it's a lot.
Mhm.
It's a lot.
Yeah. And like you said, Sugarcane and the one that got away, those are gonna be coming out, I think, the soonest. And I did some voiceover work for that just this past weekend, so I still have some more work to do for that for Sugarcane as well. But yeah, it's a lot of work. You know, once you film the film, it's not done. You have to go back and do voiceover in case you know some of the scenes were too loud when you were filming them. You have to go back and get that clear audio, do an ADR. That's what we call it. And so I had to do that for the one that got away this past week, and then I have to do that for Sugarcane coming up this weekend. And but yeah, I'm excited for both of those projects to come out because they're gonna be great. They're gonna be great.
Now, in some of the projects, you're going to be working alongside Nelson. We touched on that the last
Mm.
time you were here. So are you excited? Have you been keeping in touch with him? Because he's been doing a crazy press run as well, too.
Yeah. So the film that we were supposed to do together, Trading Partners, he actually is not in that anymore. So we shot the film before. So this is actually going to be my second time reshooting the film. But they shot the film a few times before, and so this time it's going to be like the last time they're shooting it. Right, right. We don't like ADR. Um, but so this is the last time they're this is gonna be the last time they're actually filming the film. And so Nelson was too busy and he couldn't come back to do the film, but I was able to, you know, make time to do it. So the first time we shot it, we definitely had a fun time doing it. But I know Nelson and I will work together again soon, so I'm not, you know, concerned about that.
I mean, he's got Life of the Bull. I mean, he just kept
Yeah,
dropping
yeah,
flyers and things throughout the week. Every
yeah.
day is something new. The
We,
same for you. You guys have been
yeah.
working. Another actor, Juan Bashar, he's been
Mm,
out here doing his thing as well too. And me and Juan were saying that we were going to get back together and do another show. So it's just
mm.
everybody's scheduling is everywhere. Hi,
Right.
Darkness. Hey, baby. I'm glad y'all like the purple, because that purple and blue, if you see that purple and blue, you think of Style by Stevie. Those are my colors for this season, whereas season 17, everything was monochromatic and blue, but purple and blue are the colors for this season. So thank y'all so much. We got a question for you down there.
Oh, that's my sister-in-law. What's going on, sis? Uh, uh, but why am I so fine? You know what? It's good genetics. My parents, you know, they came together one night and or day. I'm not sure what time of day it happened. And then June 9th, I popped up. I said June 9th. That means my birthday's coming up. So hint, hint. So
Yes, I
I'm a
got.
Gemini. It's
Do you
Gemini
plan
season.
on celebrating?
You know what? Honestly, I don't have any plans. I'm just letting the day go as it goes. Whatever happens, as long as it's legal and I don't go to jail, you know, I'm gonna roll with it.
Do we have any Geminis in the comments?
Team Gemini. You know, I always, you know, people give Geminis a lot of hate, but I always say there's a gem in I. So, you know, you can take that for you for free, you know, if you want to use that one later on somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Y'all already know which team I represent. I'm a Scorpio, so we the
Okay,
water
okay.
sign.
I like Scorpios. I get along with Scorpios.
And we get such a bad rep that we're crazy and insane and all of these things, but it's just like it takes us to, you gotta really, for me, you really gotta go there with me
Yeah.
in order for me to bring that petty out. But right now I've mellowed out because I have a nephew, so I had to tone it down way down. Because
thank,
I can
thank
tell
you,
you right
Darkness. I
now.
appreciate it.
Yes. Okay. Hi. Hey mama. Camilla Head. Love you. Shout outs to Carmela Head and K Toops. That is K Toops' mom. So make sure you guys go and check out my brother K Toops at the K Toops spot and you wear it well. Thank you so much. And me and Rage were just talking about that yesterday about being able to change up and do different things as far as being
Mhm.
an actor or a creative. Um, the me and Rage had a phone conversation. I don't know if you guys caught went to yesterday's shows. We had a phone conversation that was years ago, and I was being stubborn, but the lesson that I took from her, and Kevin, I think you can attest to this too, like, for a lot of actors, is you have to step outside of your comfort zone and do things and take roles that you are not normally taking because actors get typecasted so
Mhm.
easily in this business. And stepping out, one thing I always tell people all the time is stepping outside of your comfort zone can be scary, but just jump, just do it because you never know where that next destination could lead you. When I first started, I would always wear one specific hair color, and it
Mhm.
was platinum blonde. And she called me, and me and her were, have you know how women do on the phone.
Mhm.
But I was not trying to hear it. But she made me step outside of my comfort zone. Like, look, you got to change it up. Each season, when you do these interviews and when you do your platform, you have to bring something different because what is the something different that you want to be remembered for? And I
Right.
told her my personality. People know me for the fashion, they know me for hair, they know me for all of these things, but I want people to remember me for the message that I give away on this platform and that the guests are giving away because it can be knowledgeable to other people as well too. So my next question for you is what are some gems throughout your career because you've done so much, you've been in the game for a long time. What are some gems that you would give to the next generation of actors coming after you in your footsteps?
Uh, well, actually, one of them would be what you just said. Is not to be scared to jump out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
But there's a caveat to that because you want to make sure that you're not, losing your morals. So, like, what I mean by that is, if you're an actor or an actress who doesn't want to do nudity, don't feel like it's going to make your career go further by doing nudity or sexual scenes if that's not something that you're into. Don't ever feel
Right.
pressured by a director or a filmmaker or writer that this is going to take your career to the next level because no amount of money is worth all that. If you're somebody who doesn't believe in that, stick to what you believe in, but don't stay in like the same type of typecast like playing thug number two or maid number seven or whatever, but just don't, do things that you're morally against. So that's the thing. Um, and then also study the craft. If you want to be an actor, you have to train. You know, you can't just like wake up one day and say, "Oh, I want to be an actor. It looks easy because I see it on TV or I see it on the movie." No, there's a lot of work that goes into it. It's not just memorizing lines. There's training. If you can't afford training, there's ways you can go online and look and take classes online free. YouTube University. There's books you purchase. The Power of the Actor is a great book that I always recommend. So definitely read or read just some screenplays, some plays from theater. Read those. Those are a great way to see how actors act and what directors look for, and it's just a great way to learn on the business. So definitely do that. And yeah,
Let me, let me read some of you guys' comments. Sean says exactly why Kevin and I need our own Marvel movie. Darkness agrees, and she said that you would make a dope ass superhero. I agree too. And we
that's
got
funny
another
that she says it.
icon in here. Wait a
That's
minute. We
okay.
got
Go ahead.
another icon in here too. Derek Tuggle. You guys have seen Derek Tuggle in the Black Keys' music video. That video went viral years ago. And it's got millions of views. And he's been in the acting game for a long time, Kevin. So how does it feel to have another icon watching our interview?
That's great. I love it. I love it. So I'm all about connecting with other actors and with just the acting community. Period. The entertainment period. The entertainment community, I should say. Period. It's just it's good to be able to just come together and support each other. Because there's room for us all to grow. Uh, um,
Absolutely.
I see Steph is in here. I don't know if he's still here, but Steph is somebody who I actually did I've worked with him a lot actually, and we've done some superhero stuff. Um, So we got that stuff. We got that coming out later on. I guess next year or this year. He'll have to confirm that. But it's the Suicide Squad. If you've seen the Suicide Squad, I've done my take on Will Smith's character Deadshot, and we had a fun time doing that. I had to train in the gym with him for that, and got to shoot a lot of guns and everything. So it was a lot of fun doing that. So I'm looking forward to that coming out as well.
I smiled because I could so see Marvel calling you for a role, and I'm manifesting it in the future. Like
I received
anything you
that.
got there to happen, it's gonna happen. And you know the story I always tell you guys. I had an actor here that was supposed to do. At the time, it was the Wu-Tang film, the Wu-Tang saga on
Oh, the
Netflix that
series,
came
yeah.
out,
Who on?
and he dropped hints and clues right in our interview. Went right over my head. Didn't have any idea. But he said, stay tuned. I'm going to be playing a part of an iconic hip-hop group. And I'm thinking, Run DMC? I mean,
Yeah,
what you got going on? Because,
yeah,
I always try to find out. I don't want people to spill it if they can't spill it.
right.
But I went and I watched the trailer the next day. I said, yes, that's what he was talking about. Saw him right on the TV screen, had no idea. So, I mean, you put it out there in the universe, it's going to happen.
That's true.
And you
That's
guys
true. I'm all
monitor our
about
group.
manifestation.
That was a dope show. Yes. And I think, I think it was a part one and then like a part two.
Yeah,
It
it's because I think they had two seasons. Yeah, I want to say they had 2 seasons. I
yes, because
couldn't.
from Living Single, my girl,
Oh
Erica
yeah,
played the
Erica
mom
Alexander.
on
Yeah, she's in it.
yeah. So you put it out there, it's possible and it can happen.
Okay,
So
it was two
you
seasons.
just keep your mind to it. And a lot of people think that getting into this business is just fine and dandy, is easy, but they don't see
Mm.
the work and the passion that goes behind it. For me, putting up these
Oh
interviews, because
yeah.
see, I'm operating by myself and I only
Mm.
have two hands. So I don't have a camera guy and things, but I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
everything's got to be perfect. So I always try to get here on time and make sure that I give you guys an awesome interview, an awesome show. But it takes a lot of work behind the scenes for making sure that you are okay with the guest is comfortable and everything. And I try to make it inviting as well too, because doing interviews can be nerve-wracking. How do I know? Because I have one coming up next month with Marcos Luis. So yes, the
Okay.
tables have turned. The shoe is on the other foot. Marcos, I interviewed him on the show here, and he's going to be interviewing me on his show, One Mic Night Podcast. And
Nice.
when I tell you my nerves are through the roof, now I get nervous before doing interviews because I'm just like, okay, what's this guest energy going to be like?
Right.
Is it going? What is it going to give? Oh my God!
And you're
So
gonna
all of these things you
good. You're
start
gonna
to
do a
think
great
about.
job. You're gonna do a
Yeah.
great job. Don't sweat it. You've been doing this for a long time, so I know that you're gonna kill it when you go do your interview.
Since 2014, and I mean, look where
All
we
right
at
then.
now.
Right.
Yes. But
And you got
I'm nerve wracking because Marcos, he goes deep with the questioning. I try to be deep with my questioning too. I don't like to be I don't really try to get in people's personal business. That's
uh,
not my thing.
uh,
But I let the person tell their story. That's what I told one of my
right.
guests. I allow them to tell their story. They are the pilot. Yes, I'm the pilot when I am the captain. I invited you on the show, but
Mm.
I let you take the wheel. Y'all see what I'm saying? And I get
Yeah.
in the passenger seat and I let you steer us into wherever you want to steer us. You tell your story. And I'm not going to chop, edit, do none of that. You tell me and the people what you want us to know about getting into the business. And that's what makes a great hostess. So
Right.
thank y'all for it. I think this is interview 619. So
That's crazy.
it's flying by so
Yeah.
fast. I can see 1,000 in the future, 1,000
Oh yeah, it's
interviews.
almost
So
there.
that's why I've
It's
been
almost there.
working, y'all. But I'm super nervous. I'm super nervous. But I know Marcos. I mean, we had a great interview when he came
Mm.
here for his interview. So I know it's going to be amazing. So
Oh yeah.
the real King David, damn, yes, your girl has been working. I have been working, y'all. Consistency is key. And you guys say it all the time. So it's a lot. It's a lot that goes into it. But yeah, this is 619. Yesterday was 618. This is 619. And this is Kevin's fourth. I've lost
It's
count. I've
yeah.
done so
It's
many.
yeah. It's like my third or fourth time coming up here. Yeah.
The same with Stephen Voice. He says, "Okay, Miss Stevie, what number we doing today? Is it 5, 6, then 7, 8?" I said, "We already done like 4 already."
Yeah.
So when he comes back, which will be in the fall, we were gonna do it in next month, but I
Mm.
had to push it up to the fall because I had something on that day. But he's gonna be coming back in the fall, and he said, "Okay, this is number 5. This is for the book." So he keeps tabs on the numbers, but for me, I lose them all. I'm like, "Okay, what
Yeah.
number interview this is?" Because I've done so many. I'd be so focused. They'd be like, "How many
Yeah.
interviews did you do?" And I remember when I used to book them I used to book 2 in one day. I
Mm.
would have one that same day before the main interview, which would have been 4, and I did one at 3. And I said, "Okay, I can do this. Throw them all to me. Give me all the challenges. Never again will I ever do that. Never again." Or the weekend show was the one that I hate doing the
Yeah.
most because I almost overslept, and this is when I introduced my co-host EJ and Johnny to the platform, and I wasn't even ready. I said, "What am I gonna do? I'm not in hair. I'm not in makeup, anything." So I had to come on. I said, "Well, we just gonna have to roughhouse it today." Because typically you would never see me come on without hair or makeup. I'm always glammed to the nines, like today.
Yeah.
But I said, I'm gonna do this for you, EJ. I'm gonna do this for you. The guys were already ready. I'm sitting up here. I don't overslept. I literally did the
Mm.
show in a NASA spacesuit onesie and no makeup. So I said, okay. I wish I could find it. It's on my old IG page. I wish I could
Yeah.
find that show. I lost a lot of interviews because I had so many in the catalog.
Mm.
But that was one. But yeah. What happened, King David? What you talking about?
I think
Why?
they
What happened?
were
Oh
called.
yeah, the Saturday show. Yeah, because I used to do the shows 9 a.m. every morning. It would be me and the guys on the show, and we would have a guest on as well too. It could be a musical guest, and we'd be interviewing them, taking turns interviewing them.
Mm.
But yeah, that's one thing I regret: not being on time and oversleeping. Because time is key in this business. If you
Oh,
are late to
definitely.
anything, people will hold it against you. So
Mm.
I let my guests know. I let Kevin know ahead of time. Like I gotta post this to the stories before the show before we come on. Boom,
Mm.
boom, boom. 3 minutes went on. So that's what you do. That's what I do with my guests, and my guests are respectful to me. So respectful. Y'all show me so much love, and they'll let me know, like Miss Stevie, like Kevin did yesterday.
Yeah.
We had it at 4, but I said, okay, let's do it at 5. You know, so
Right.
it's all about making sure that you let the person know, and people are
Communication is important.
understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's another tip for anybody who's looking to host or get into acting or producing and directing. That's another thing. Stepping behind the lens. Do you see yourself even more behind the lens this year, this season?
Uh, do I see myself behind the lens? I still feel like I want to. It's more I want to do before I start stepping behind the lens. I feel like I need a good 5 more years in front of the lens before I step behind that lens and start directing anything. I still have a lot more. I feel like I need to learn as an actor anyway. So
You know who you remind me of when you said that answer? Damian T. Raven. He said the same thing when I asked him, could you see yourself stepping behind the lens and producing? Because Damian writes,
Mhm.
and also an actor as well too. And he said I couldn't see myself doing that. I tried that before. I put things together before, but I'm a writer. That's what he told me. So you never
Yeah,
know if you try. And I'm
that's
starting to
true.
see a lot of producers. I mean, Nelson is doing it. I commend him because I
Yeah,
mean, when he was
yeah,
here the last time, it was a balance for him. One of the films he pulled the Eddie Murphy, Ladies' Choice. He pulled the
yeah,
Eddie Murphy on us. So I'm like, how's he playing 2 characters in one day? Only Nelson.
yeah. He has it. He has that scheduling down. He has it down now. Like because he's done it so much. It's like he has it down to a science how to act and then direct and yeah. He's a whole different beast.
And when he was here, he's like, okay, I gotta do this. I got a film dropping this week. I got another one dropping this week. So it's a balance if you are deciding to step behind the lens and get into production and writing. But the
Right.
thing is, what I love about it is that you have full range and creative control versus someone telling you, okay, we need you to write this in here. You have full range, full creative control over what you want the characters to look like. And I think we touched on that in one of our previous interviews on having input as to what you want the character to look like. You know, the styling, what you want your character to say, what type of voice will the character have. All of these things go into
Yeah.
consideration. So
That's
yeah.
right. What's up, Cam? I see you down here as well. What's going on, bro? Yeah, those definitely good points.
Do we have any questions for myself or Kevin Fashion Dolls? We're sitting here with an icon, and we just had another icon pop up in the audience. Um,
Icon. Oh man. And
Derek
last time I was here, we went like totally left. We almost had like a church service last time I was here. So, you know, I don't know what kind of questions y'all gonna have if y'all do have any, but I know we went kind of deep last time.
Oh
I think we were talking about
yeah,
politics
yeah.
and everything. Yeah.
Yes, we did. And then
Mhm.
we did our holiday interview. There's a question right there.
Okay. What do you believe is the most challenging aspect of being an actor? Um, One of the most challenging things is that I've learned to accept is rejection. In this business, you're going
Ooh,
to get
yeah.
an extreme amount of no's. They always say you're going to get 99 no's before you get that one yes. So I've been told no more than more than I would like to hear. But you're gonna get told no a lot, so you have to have thick skin. Um, so I think that's one of the most challenging things. The fun part is being able to become somebody else, on screen or on stage. That's the fun part for me. But that rejection, if you don't have your mind together, that can mess with you. So you just have to really be sure that this is what you want to do because you will hear a lot of no's.
And to add on to what Kevin just said is it could be no, not right now, because there are
Right.
people who have went and auditioned for certain roles. I'm gonna take it back to Holly Berry when she did Dorothy Dandridge. Did y'all
Mhm.
know that Janet Jackson also wanted the role as well too? Whitney Houston also wanted the role,
Oh man.
but they chose Holly Berry. Y'all didn't know that, did y'all?
No, I
So
didn't.
I mean, you have three leading ladies. It's like, who are we going to choose? You know, who's
Right.
perfect for the role? Who can embody this icon? Who can embody Dorothy Dandridge? And out of all of these three women that I just named, they went with Holly Berry. Yeah, little research,
Man.
little research
Okay.
there. They went with
I
Holly
see a
Berry because
question
it was
from.
like a bidding war. It was like a
Yeah.
bidding war of who was going to produce this film introducing Dorothy Dandridge. And I think Whitney had some input, Janet had some input, and Holly Berry had some input as well too. But they went with Holly.
She did
So
a great
yeah,
job in
and
that
then she
too.
had to
She did a
go.
great job.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then she had got in touch with with Dorothy Dandridge's
Mhm.
family, and they gave her input as well. So she did press with Oprah at the time. Her family, Dorothy Dandridge's family, thanked Holly
Mhm.
Berry like you did an outstanding job. You
Yes, he did.
embodied her, and she kind of resembled her because they kind of
Yeah.
do mirror
Yeah.
each other. So yeah. And there's another question for you, Kevin.
Let's see. Sean says when these cast directors gonna finally cast a project of us together. Bro, I do not know. I know he's actor out in Atlanta now. He's on a series called Complicated. If y'all have not seen that, it's on Tubi. It's an incredible series. My boy Bryn Mosley, he's on there as well. That's an incredible series. But yeah, Sean is doing his thing. I would love to work with you, bro. I don't know when that's gonna happen, but we're gonna have to make it happen. Let's see.
You never know. These casting directors out there, they're writing roles. And
Yeah.
we've seen you. I call you two the dynamic duo, you and Nelson, because when you two are on projects together, it's like you two mirror each other's energy, and that's what
Yeah.
makes a great co-star. And just you two both also have like a brotherhood outside of that,
We
where
do.
one of the films you were playing a robber, and then
Mhm.
Nelson was like this. He he's a sex symbol. I'm just gonna put it
Yeah.
out there. He's a sex
Yeah, that's
symbol.
Secure the Bag.
And
Yeah.
we're so used to seeing him, in these sexy characters, but this one he was more so conservative, button up glasses, everything.
Oh
And then you
yeah.
were robbing the house, that film, the young lady as well too.
Yeah.
So I mean, you two together just bring magic. So you never know
I
what could
appreciate that.
happen in the writing room with these characters.
Yeah. Let's see, Cam. You said, Cam, when did you start acting? Okay, let me attack this question by question. So when did I start acting? I started acting in 2009. It was yeah, we used to work together at Blue Cross in 2011. That's when I left. Um, Came back in 2021. This dude was on Amazon Prime. Oh yeah, yeah. So yeah, I was actually I'm not ashamed to say it. I was laid off from Blue Cross. Our whole department was laid off in 2011. Um, and that was the first time I experienced being unemployed. And yeah, so what actually happened is the same day I was laid off was the last day on my lease at the apartment I was staying in. So um, I had to move back in with my parents for a little bit of time to get myself back together. I'm not staying with parents now. I'm on my own now. But yeah, so I moved down. Then that's when I kind of really started to get into acting um, real seriously because I was like, okay, I need to make something happen because this being unemployed is not gonna work. Um, so yeah, that's that. And then I have movies on Amazon Prime, Tubi, Peacock, all that, which I'm so grateful. Uh, so yeah, that's when I started acting, 2009. Uh, the real King David, you said, are you after you were told no, what encouraged you to keep going? Honestly, I I am blessed to have some incredible people in my circle. And I don't think I shout them out enough. I have uh, just I don't even want to call them out because I don't want anybody to feel left out. But I have at least five friends that they always lift me up. And then my parents, they do the same, and my brother and my sister as well, they do the same as well. Um, so I've just been blessed. So that lifts me up. And then also, uh, I think I touched on this earlier, but you have
Yeah.
to do something outside of acting. A lot of people, well, not a lot of people, I won't say a lot of people. I see some people, it kind of seems like all they do is focus on their craft. And it's like you're more than your craft. So what do you like to do outside? If this craft did not exist, or this talent, or whatever this job did not exist, what would you be doing on your downtime? And so for me, that's working out. I like to watch movies, which just so happens to be that watching movies is one thing they recommend actors do as well. Anyway, so that's something that I'm doing. It's kind of like studying and entertainment at the same time. Um, and yeah, so those are two things that I like to do that kind of take my mind away from everything and just just I focus in on who I am as a person and just relax because acting can take a lot out of you. It can. But I love it. But it can take a lot out of you. So yeah, that's what kept me going. And then of course God is number one. Like I said earlier, I prayed to him and I was like, I was questioning whether acting was what I needed to be doing, and I prayed to him, and then that next day I booked a recurring role for something that I didn't even audition for, and went out and filmed that show earlier this year, and that'll be coming out on TV later on in the fall. So you guys stay tuned for that. I don't know if I can say the title of it just yet, but when I can, I'll definitely let you know.
Y'all stay tuned.
Yeah. Is that the last question? Let me see. God made room for you to start your acting. Proof, that's for sure. A bad thing turn good thing. God be with the plot twist and everything. Yes, he does. You know what I'm saying? Somebody says you want to what? How does the saying go? You wanna make God laugh, tell him your plans or something like that, because only he knows the plans for your life. So going to him and telling him what you're gonna do is a joke to him. Uh, yes, God telling you he will always make a way. Each and every time he does. Each and every time. That's one thing that's for sure. If I don't know anything else, I know that God has my back.
Absolutely. And to
Mm,
add on to that, what looks like a tragedy can be turned into triumph. Like in
let's
our
go.
most darkest days, when we seem like, okay, if the world is just crumbling down, I lost my job, I lost all of these things. He
Mm,
always puts you in a better position. Now look at you now. And my next question for you is because I don't think I've ever asked you in our previous interviews was, do your
mm.
classmates watch the films? If you went to school with anyone, do they come up to you
Yeah.
and have they seen the
Um,
projects?
you know what's funny? Uh, I'm not gonna say the person's name, but when I first and I would this was like when I kind of like first started like really taking off a little bit. I'm not really taking off like that yet, but I had one of my classmates reach out to me and they asked me for $2,000. Just I hadn't talked to them in years. We weren't close or anything. They just reached out and said, "Can I borrow $2,000?" First of all, with that amount of money, amount, you're not trying to borrow that. You want to keep that because I don't expect you to pay that back to me because that's too high of an amount for you to pay me back. But that's when I knew, okay, people must be looking at me in a different light than what I think they are because I'm not famous, in my opinion. Even though some people say that, I definitely don't walk around here thinking that I'm famous. I'm not. I'm definitely not rich, and this inflation has definitely let me know that I'm not rich. Um, but yeah, my classmates, they check up on Facebook and they've been watching things that I've been doing. They definitely tune in.
And the same here. I mean, that is what you call being humbled. A lot of people look at it as, oh well, he's famous, he's an actor, he's got all of these things going on.
Mm,
Let me go see what I can do. No, it's I appreciate you for loving the work.
mm.
What shocked me is classmates watch the platform. Yeah, I'm like, you watch me? They'll run up to me in the store and stuff,
Mm,
or I could be going to get something to eat, and I'll know the person because the town where I'm at in South Carolina, everybody knows everybody. Of course, Southern hospitality,
mm,
and it's a very small town. Everyone knows everyone, so people watch. Word gets around my mouth very, very fast. So people are talking, and I'm just like, "You watch me? You watch the show? Really? What's your favorite interview?" So that's what I asked them.
you gotta test them.
But it's amazing to know that one point in your life, you're sitting there and you're thinking like, God, is this the end? It's like, no, I've got more and more to come.
Yeah. Okay. What film would you suggest I check out as your work as an actor? Uh, oh, I'm gonna say Reindeer Games. That's on Peacock. That's on Tubi. That's on Amazon. That was my first leading role as a comedic actor, and I really put a lot into that, and I think that is a good one you should check out. I have a lot of dramatic roles that I've done in the past, but that was like my first comedic role, and I actually got nominated for an award in LA called the Hopper Awards. I was actually nominated, and I knew I wasn't going to win because I was nominated against Taj Mowry, T and Tamira's
Oh,
brother,
yeah.
and he won. It was him, DC Young Fly, and then there was some other well-known actor as well. And I was like, I know my name is not even anywhere as big as theirs, so I knew I wasn't going to win. But anyway, that film I was nominated for an award in that film, and it's it's a great film. Thank you for that. Thank you for the congrats. But yeah, it's a great film. But it's a Christmas film. But I mean, if you don't mind watching a Christmas film in May, almost June, go right ahead. I think it's a feel good movie, and it's something that everybody can watch. It's a family movie. So yeah, Reindeer Games on Peacock, Amazon, Tubi. Check that one out. Yeah.
And another thing as well too. Um, these you play a range of characters. You people get
Mm,
to see you in so many different lights, other than just the comedy aspect. See the drama aspect, the romance aspect, so many different things, and that's what makes a great actor. And you say you don't think of yourself as famous like that, but to be in
mm,
that list of category of actors and comedians, I mean, you just named DC Young Fly, Taj Murray, and it was some others that you named. To
mm.
be in that category right there alone, you've done something.
Yeah, and when I tell you that, like, really blew my mind because I went and I saw the movie that Taj Mowry did. He did an incredible job. It was a movie called Welcome Matt, and it was a really good film. But I just it was surreal to me because I was just like, I'm in the same category as somebody I grew up watching on Smart Guy as a child, and we were nominated for the same award. I was just like, they should have got the right person. You sure you make Kevin J Stone and not, Kevin Bacon or somebody else. But yeah. So yeah,
Again,
it was
what's
an
for
honor.
you is for you. What's for you is for you. It's out there in the universe. So
Mm,
receive it. All of these blessings coming your way, and even for me. I didn't learn to receive my blessings until my mom actually sat me down and she said, "You see how well you're doing. You see all these things that are going on in your life. God is
Mm,
blessing you and God is moving things. So don't ever take that for granted." That's what she's always told me and my brothers and my sister as well too, is that
mm,
you never take these blessings for granted. When God puts something out there, if you have a talent or a skill, you go for it. Now, out of all, because yeah, I have four brothers and I have two sisters.
mm.
And well, is no longer here with us. She passed in 2018, unfortunately.
Oh,
But
sorry for your
I've
loss.
talked about it on the show previously. Thank you. And my one thing my mom has instilled into each and every one of us, myself and my brothers and my sister, is that if you have something you want to go after, because my sister wanted to do nursing. They didn't really want to
Mm,
get into the entertainment business like myself with hosting the platform or all of those things. But one thing she instilled into us is go after whatever it is to set your soul on fire. And if God gives you a talent or a gift, you use it. And I have a gift in my hands. It's the gift to be able to do hair. It's a gift to be able to do makeup. A gift to be able to do nails. It is a gift to be able to use my voice on this platform and encourage the world. So she told me to never take those blessings for granted. So the same
yes,
for
sir.
anybody else. If you are being offered an opportunity, because I've been offered so many opportunities, and I'm
Mm.
just like, wait, you want me to host, or you want me to do that? Like my girl Darkness came here and she offered me something. She came in and when I did my interview with Dakari Jones, and she offered me a hosting gig, and I'm just like, wait, you sure you got the right girl? Oh, she reached out to me after the show, and I mean this amazing blessing. So I think that opportunity is going to be later in the fall of this year.
Okay.
So it's more and more to come for me. I mean, so many people have been blessing me left and right from doing this platform. They're seeing the work that I'm putting in. And when people see how dedicated you are to something, that's what draws them in. They see that passion and they're just like, okay, this is
Yeah,
time for this person. So never take those blessings for granted for anything. But to be in a list like that of prestigious actors and comedians that you just named, that's a huge honor.
it is. Yeah, I definitely don't take that for granted. Yeah. God just shows me just how incredible He is every day.
Oh
So
yeah.
that's all I can say. Because it's definitely not me. It's because when I tell you, growing up, I was the shyest kid you would have ever met in your life. Like, there's no way I'd even be able to talk to you right now if I was myself at 5 years old. Um, but God has truly changed things around for me.
All the time for all of us.
Let's see the series on Amazon Prime. Yeah, so Sean is in the series. Well, they have a spin-off series called Complicated Atlanta, but he's in the original Complicated. So I think they're both on Amazon. I know I think they're both on Tubi as well, but he's in Complicated, and then Complicated Atlanta is a spin-off series that you can watch as well up there.
Any more
Yeah.
questions for myself or Kevin Fashion Dolls while we are here dropping these gems as well? Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. I want to make sure I got all of you guys' comments,
Oh
all of you
yeah.
guys' questions, everything. Yep, I think we just about caught up on everything.
Okay.
So for the year 2024, we are now about to be heading into a whole new month of June. It's about to be summer, well, already summertime because it's hot outside already. So
Man,
the Cannes
listen.
Film Festival is going on. So could we see Kevin at the film festivals this year? Because I know it's going to be a lot going on in the film world.
Not those big film festivals. I have not made it to that level yet. One day you will. I'm claiming that. And shout out, thank you, Cam, as well. Bless you as well. But yeah, in the future you will see me at the film festivals. But right now, I don't have anything that's on that level to be at a Cannes Film Festival or a Sundance or the American Black Film Festival. But it will be coming. It will be coming. Trust me.
Oh yeah, definitely in the future. And at this rate that you're going, you keep going. It's happening. It's gonna happen because I'm putting it
Mm,
out there in the universe.
yeah. Receiving. Yeah.
So this year alone, this year went. I mean, 2024 has been a wild ride for all of us along. We were all experiencing so many things, the ups, the downs,
Mm,
uh, accountability. This 2024 is the year of accountability. So many things of
yeah,
revelations and things come out. So to see things in the light is just a beautiful thing. Truth come into the light is a beautiful thing. So
that's
again,
right.
everything that you put out there is going to come back to you full circle. So to anybody who's looking to get into the passion of acting or get into the passion of writing, there are courses. And when the what's so crazy is when the pandemic hit, everything shut down. Now everything is back to being opened up.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody had to put in their audition tapes. You couldn't audition in person. You had to self tape and then send it in
Right.
that way. And then as far as table readings, everything was virtual, like
Right.
how we're doing it. I'm still doing it virtually. It's still going well
Mm-hmm.
in my favor.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful that we have the power of technology that can bring us together to educate us on so many different things. And now with this AI, they have the search thing at the top, the AI thing at
Yeah.
the top of the search bar, and it's just like,
Yeah,
and it'll tell you what you're looking for. To tell you, okay, what this person does and what they are looking for. So I mean, technology has come a long way
yes,
since then, since back in the day, from the 90s up until now. It's come a very, very long way.
definitely is. It's kind of scary how fast it's just like technology is just evolving. And
And
this
one of
AI is really that's something else. It's just that's a whole different beast in itself.
one of the things that I said in one of my interviews, and I think I said it, and the one of the audience members came in and said, "Miss Stevie, they already got flying cars." So
Mm-hmm.
it's more to come. I mean, we've already got AI, we've got Siri, we've got all of these things that are out here that can tell us what time it is, what day it is, what the weather is going to be like. But as far as the cars, as far as the vehicles going, I don't know how I feel about a car just driving itself.
No, I cannot do a self-driving car. I wouldn't trust that with my life at all. That's
It was,
crazy.
it was an episode of Murder She Wrote, and y'all remember the show back in the day.
Hmm.
And the woman, the person who was doing the whatever, was taking the car. The car was just like, "It's no one in the car. How's the car driving itself?" And then the person got exposed. She caught him. So it was a woman who was doing it, driving the car with the remote control, like an
Oh,
actual car. How we go
yeah.
to work or whatever it is.
Uh,
She took the car and she was driving it with this remote control. And then at the baseball field, she had to go and she pressed the button to cut the car off. And yeah,
mm.
she told on herself. So technology has come a long way since then up until now.
You can't get machines delivering you food. I've seen those machines doing that, and that, yeah, that's too much like the movie I, Robot. Like it's just robots taking over and doing everything. I feel like at some point these robots can just turn on you and take us out of here. I'm not trusting it. I'm not trusting it.
I wouldn't feel safe in no car driving itself. Right. That's scary. I mean, it's one thing if you're doing autopilot, but it's another if the car is driving itself.
Right. Right.
So, I mean, that alone is scary. And what
Yeah.
else? You mentioned robots, King David. Uh, Somebody posted a video somewhere of them creating these robots that actually look like us, like
Like,
humans, and
hmm.
it's just like that's scary. I
Yeah.
mean, it's one thing that we've got AI that's out right now, and people can actually use our voice, like how we're talking right now. They can use our voice. They can take our voice and they can use
Yep.
it. But I'm glad that you guys are taking advantage of AI and creating songs and things. I love it. So.
Yeah.
I mean, it's powerful. It's good. It's good to it's use. If you use it well, use it well, but don't misuse it with someone
Yeah.
else's voice. But
Because too
yeah,
much of a
y'all are
good
genius.
thing can be a bad thing.
Hmm. Y'all are genius with it, though. I love it. But
Oh yeah, they clone. Yeah, I saw They Clone Tyrone last year. That was a good film too. I think it was slept on. It was. I don't think it was got as much attention as it should have gotten.
are you talking about with Jamie Foxx?
With
That
Jamie Foxx.
yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, when I seen that video of these humanoids or what they call them. They were all lined up and looked just like how
Oh
we
yeah.
look like regular people.
Mm.
And it's just like, wait a minute now. I don't know if I want somebody walking around because I mean they make the robots clean the house, they make them do everything. No, I'll go ahead and do it myself because I don't know. I don't want you
Mm.
to misplace nothing or malfunction, and then something happens. That's what I think
Correct.
about. But I think it's genius that people are now creating things, making it easier for the everyday people.
Yeah.
Like we've got vacuum, and I've seen these little vacuums that vacuum the whole house up, and I think those are pretty cool. But
Yeah.
as far as anything else, the self-driving cars, I don't know. I, I don't know.
Yeah. Nah, that seems like an accident waiting to happen. Yeah.
Uh, Even in beauty technology, I was telling Rage this yesterday. Like there was a face mask that's got this light through it. I said face masks have come a long way, other than just going inside of a jar and
Mm.
putting it on my face and then rinsing it off.
Mm.
It's now they've got this mask that looks like Jason, Freddy Krueger, one of them, and it's got the red light in it, but it's good for your skin. What I've heard is
Ah.
that it's very good for your skin. And I said,
Oh, okay.
I might have to look right into that. But the infrared, it's infrared light. So that was pretty
Okay.
good for your skin as well too. So technology has come a long way, even in the beauty
And
industry,
yeah.
fashion as well.
Yeah. Yes, it has. Some fashion
So
they can leave, leave where it's at, but so it has been evolving. Like the I think that big red boot that was going on like last year, they could have kept that somewhere. That was a little bit too much for me.
who was it? He's an actor, and he wore them. He's on one of these shows. I think it was Breaking Bad, one of them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Giancarlo
Carlo.
Esposito.
Yes,
Yeah, he got him.
he posted a picture in those boots. And his daughter, he said that his daughter couldn't get him off of him. That was funny. So he's just like, I can't get them off, literally.
There's a
They have a
machine that can twist
machine
it.
that can twist your hair. Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that. The blow dryers, Dyson blow dryers, they're not like how they used to be.
Hmm.
Like Dyson, we know Dyson for being what vacuum company, but they
You're right.
now have excelled and gotten into the beauty world. And I think their blow dryers are pretty cool because I've seen Tamron Hall's hairstylist Johnny Wright, who's going to Michelle Obama. He
Hmm.
uses Dyson products on Tamron. So
Okay.
I'm like, okay, this is something I might have to invest in, even L'Oreal. So I
Yeah.
mean, it's come a long way, even in the beauty world as well. Carmela says she said that I'm like you. I like to do it myself. Me too. It's nothing like the old school cleaning, like getting up in the mornings, putting on the music. But
Oh
to have
yeah.
a vacuum that can vacuum the whole house for you, I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I like it. I think it's pretty cute. But as far as hair tools is concerned, they've come a long way as well too. Like a regular curling iron will just have where you can click it and you can adjust the dial on it. Now it's just
Hmm.
like a wand where you can wind your hair around it. So I mean, the blow dryers is one thing. I take it back to even the old school. I still have my hot rollers. So that's my secret to keeping my curls in place. Now y'all know it's been revealed. The hot rollers or the old school curling iron. The ones that they have in the salon, the black and gold ones. Those are my go-to. But I'm not opposed to the new technology in the beauty world as well too, where it's like David said in the comments, where you can wind your hair around it and it'll curl up for you. So I mean, we've come a very, very long way. Now, 2025, I have
Yeah.
no clue how far they're going to go with technology. How far are you going to take?
I mean, it's going so fast. Who knows? Who knows what technology will be? I couldn't tell you.
It's always a new invention that someone is coming up
Mm.
with. And especially now in the day and age of TikTok, where everyone can find out what's going on and what's going to be on the market as far as technology is concerned. I mean, I
Mm.
always try to stay up on this generation that's coming up. They're always informed. They're always wanting to try something out that is new.
Yeah.
So it's amazing to see in this current day and age people that are just coming up in the industry, young people that are like hey, try this invention out. You should try this out. You should try this out.
Mm.
I feel they won't have any cashiers at food restaurants anymore. That's been another conversation as well too.
Yeah, they're
And
working their way towards that.
yes, now the self checkout, you can do self checkout, but it's not
Mm.
a robot ringing you up. You're doing it yourself.
Right.
So the cashiers are just standing there making sure that nobody tries to steal anything. But if you need to go to a register, they're still at the registers too. They give you that option. So I mean, you have
Mm.
options. But as far as the ones that are at the restaurant, now if it's like a fast food restaurant and I'm quick, I'm being quick or something, I want something in a hurry, the machine should be right there. It should be like I don't know how I would feel about having a machine take the money, like, and then deliver the food. I don't know.
And the
It feels so different.
yeah,
I'd rather have the human connection,
yeah.
and a
I
lot of
need that.
people
Yeah,
get
that
that
human interaction.
because they'll greet you when you pull up to the window. They'll ask you, "Do you need anything else of anything?" But to have a robot do it now, I just couldn't get used to that feeling. I just can't.
But I mean, the only upside I can say to that is that you won't have to worry about them having a bad day. Like a person can have a bad day, give you an attitude. They're not gonna program a robot to give you an attitude. They're always gonna be chipper and nice and always
Oh yeah,
pleasant. So that's one good thing.
that that that's amazing. So hopefully they come up with that because there have been instances where people I've know or my mom or anyone's had a bad experience with a sales worker and they've had a bad day. So I think that would be great as well too. And speak of the devil, we were just talking about your girl. One of the baddest hairstylists in the RVA area. She is a fashion designer as well too. And she's my friend. I've known her for a very long time. So it was good to connect and catch up with my friend. I've known Rage for years. So, ladies and
I
gentlemen,
remember
Rage
Ray
Monet.
being on
Y'all go
last
and
time I
check
was
out.
on here. What's up, Ray?
And for anybody
Uh,
who's asking if she's doing bookings, you're gonna have to wait. We touched on that yesterday because it is prom season right now, and it is also wedding season. So when she came on yesterday, she was cool, like she was relaxed and everything.
mm,
But this is break time right now because it's a lot of stuff that is going to be going on during the summer. We just had Coachella. Can is going on as we speak. And there's going to be
mhm.
so many more festivals for music and the arts that are coming up. So you guys just have to stay tuned. Wait a
And
minute, King David, you said it's a pizza machine? You go
I
in
have
and
not seen that pizza machine.
you put your order in and the pizza will be ready in like 10 to 15 minutes. What state is that in? Because I love pepperoni. And yes, energy is important. We touched on that yesterday when I had my conversation with Rage. We touched on taking time for yourself and how important that is because, again, we give so much of ourselves. It's human nature, it's human instinct where we are naturally wanting to help people out or, we have something that we got to do. We have to make sure that
Right.
we are taking care of ourselves first because that is number one and that is key. So make sure that you are taking time for yourself. Just take a minute out of the day because May is also Mental Health Awareness Month. So make
Hmm.
sure that you are protecting your peace, protecting your energy because it is sacred. And California, okay, yeah, California is a little bit more advanced. Whereas my
Yeah,
state, Carolina, down here, we still in the Stone Age. I mean, people are still at
yeah.
their cash register. But yeah, and she said that
Mm.
yesterday too, which is take a moment to love on yourself. Pour into yourself because naturally, the natural instinct of us is to give and to help people.
Right.
And it's just like we give and we give and we give, where it's just like, okay, what do I have for myself? So you have to take that in consideration as well.
That's right.
It's still expanding. Well, they need to do it down here in the red state. So I'm in a red state, North Carolina. So, like I said, at the cash register, you have your cashier, but of course, you can do self checkout as well too. So that's a
Hmm.
plus.
Yeah.
So we touched on a number of things, Fashion Dolls. Do we last minute questions for myself or Kevin? Because this is always a great time. We always
It
segue into
always is,
different
yeah.
conversations. Uh, Another
Oh,
thing, you said we talked about human connection. I posted something to my stories. Um, and Rage, if you're still in here, because Rage has a hair salon. Uh,
mhm,
a lot of people are wanting what's called a quiet service, where it's like, okay, you don't talk, you just go in, get your service, that's it. Whereas if I go into a hair salon, I'm going to want to talk to my stylist. I'm going to
mhm,
want to talk about what's going on or what kind of day I had. It's just natural because working with stylists or makeup artists, again, being in the beauty industry, you are like a therapist to someone while you're getting that service or someone is doing a service on you or whatever. The key thing is to you're naturally wanting to talk. But some
mhm.
salons have now put this into effect. I posted it to my stories where they're having now the quiet service or the
Oh wow.
silent service. But you can be
Yeah,
on your phone, you can have a phone, you can check whatever.
yeah.
But I'm gonna want to talk. Again, that human connection. I mean, silence. I mean, it's great to have a moment of silence, but I like communication. I like to talk.
Yeah.
It's just it's natural to us.
That's right. I mean, I always thought, yeah, that women will always go to the beauty salon to, to gossip and talk about their day and how their week was going and everything. But you want a silent, a silent beauty salon experience? I don't think that's a good thing.
Because I mean, you could hear a pin drop in there or some shears drop, and that's it. Shears cutting hair, and you could hear the
That's
blow
crazy.
dryer. I mean, unless you're the first person in the salon, that's the only time it should be quiet. But I'm going to
Yeah,
talk. I like to
yeah.
talk while I'm getting my service because it's also a time for me. I get it. A salon and a salon for women is our sanctuary where we go to unwind and decompress from the day. And we're talking to our stylists and we go and we gossip. We're sharing, recipes, all of these different things.
Yeah.
But even for guys, when you go into a barbershop, guys talk. So it's natural instantly any part. So I worked in a hair salon, and as a woman working in a salon with other women, because it was two other women in there,
Mhm.
it female, interestingly, all women. So the first thing we did was we were talking about what we did over the
Yeah.
weekend, and of course hair products, things like that. But those are just a few things that women gossip about in the salons, and of course reality TV shows that we watch. All of these things. But I don't know about a silent service because when I was in
Yeah.
beauty school, we were taught client consultation. Have a conversation with your client. And that is key to anything because as the stylist, you're giving a service. You want to know more about your client because your client's personality. I mean, I'm not going to go and color a client's hair purple like mine if that's not what they want. I want to figure out what
Mhm.
my client wants. And I'm not going to find out if they're silent. So you have to get a gist of the person's story from client consultation, what they like, when was their last service. All of these things go into consideration. So, yes, I told you I went to beauty school. Yeah. But those things are key to anything if you are offering any service to anyone. That's just like if you go into a restaurant. The first thing they do is they greet you.
Mhm.
We have a restaurant down here called Little Howie's, and they have the best burgers, they have the best French fries, and I know some of the girls that work there, so they watch the show. So instantly when I
Okay.
go in there, it's like, Stevie, hey, how you doing? Or whatever. They are the ones that get to see me without makeup. Y'all don't get that privilege because I did that one time. Y'all caught me slipping. Y'all caught me slipping his over front with EJ, but I did it. I said, you know what? I'm gonna take one for the team. But instantly when I walk up to the window, they said, "Did you have a call in?" So it's
Yeah.
communication, and they talk about the show. I mean, they just talk about all of these things, but it's great. That's what people want in this day and age because we've been all pent up in the house. Nobody could go to no hair salon or barbershop. Everybody had
Mhm.
to the struggle was real for all of us. We had to stay
Oh yeah.
inside and just make it do what it do. For the guys, I felt so bad for the guys too because the guys, they wanted to get a haircut. They're just like, no, I can't do it. I don't want to risk it. I'm just going to have to go. grow my beard out or grow whatever it is out. Because I have brothers, and my brothers, they didn't mind anyway. They were trying to grow their beards.
Okay.
But as for the women, we had to try to be our own beauticians. But luckily for me, I have the gift of my hands to wigs. I've discovered the power of wigs, so I get to be a different woman every day of the week for y'all, and I love it so much. But that's what I love about it as well too. From being inside the house, we are now free to go out in the world and talk to people because we could only talk to people how we're doing now, this interview.
Mm.
But I thank God for the power of technology too, where you can actually text and call. What techniques do you use to create a believable character? Kevin, that is for you.
Okay. So what I do is I build a backstory for the character. So I want to know, I create the story of, how this person grow up. And of course, any character I play is going to be an adult. So I want to get like the backstory as to who made them who they are today. So did they have a rough childhood? Depending on the type of story it is, I may give them a rough childhood. If it's like a dramatic film, and they're like a villain. And I'll say, they grew up poor, they grew up, the parents, the father wasn't in the home, just just different things I've seen over time, and I'll incorporate that into the character's backstory. So I give them a backstory, and their motivation for while they're doing what they're doing. So that's what I do. I just, I build a backstory. And then I just see if there's anything that I can relate to in the character myself, and I try to put that into the character as well because I always want to leave a part of myself in that character.
Absolutely. Again, it goes back to what I just said about client consultation. For actors, you have to get to know who the character is, find out their backstory. And that's the same in any service. You're wanting to know the person.
Mm.
That's just like with doctors. If you go into the doctor's office and you're meeting the doctor for the first time, they're going to want to know your backstory. What is the condition? What do you want
Hmm.
people to know about you? So all of that goes into
Right.
consideration.
Yeah.
And that's to anything. So I don't
Okay,
know
so
about a silent
then,
service, but I just thought I
right.
would bring that up to a lot of us to think for a moment because when we're going to the barber shop or the hair salon, the first thing we're going to want to do is talk. Oh,
Mhm.
well, I see your question, King David. Would you ever see yourself having an audience one day so people can see a live show? Mm, I've had some thoughts. I just can't do it, King David. I am a big germaphobe. I am a big germaphobe. And this COVID has scared me senseless. I'm like Oprah. I've been in the house the whole time. So it's really gonna have to take me some convincing because my mom has said the same thing. You do it virtually, people watch you. Why not do it live? And I said I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. I'm a big germaphobe. Like it's bad. It's bad, y'all. And it's not just me, but my brother too. Well, my brother has an excuse. He went into the military. Me is just
Mm.
natural instinct for me. Everything has to be clean. And when the pandemic was going on, I was wiping down everything. You couldn't even drop an eyelash in front of me. That's how crazy I was. I was psychotic. Like, if a piece of food drop, I'm like, yep, straight to the garbage you go. But my brother, coming from the military, oh my God, he would the ice in the ice tray had to be straight. No drips of water around the sink. Anything trash in the trash can had to be straight. Pillows on the couch flub. That's yeah, very much military. My brother is that way, but I think I picked up the OCD, the obsessive compulsive
Yeah.
disorder, from him. That everything has to be neat, and my mom is responsible for that. I mean, I blame her because she likes to clean all the time too, and I'm always right behind her organizing things. And I know I've had
Yeah.
to do a lot of organizing right now. Spring cleaning, all of us have done our spring cleaning
Hmm.
and putting things into perspective and reorganizing. And it's a woman who also helps with that. Marie Kondo, I'm pretty sure y'all have seen her, with getting rid of the things that you no longer need. So
Mm.
that's another thing. Where you live, your sanctuary tells a story about you. So we talk
Yeah.
about the art of storytelling. When someone comes to visit you in your home or your sacred space, because when that happens one day, King David, if I decide to get a studio, and I'm manifesting a studio in the future for my audience to come and watch live shows with the guests, but getting them in as well too. I want them to have a space where it's sacred, where we can have that intimate human connection, all of us, the same connection that we have as you guys are watching the shows right here on live. So I want it to be right. And again, there's going to have to be some regulations now. Because y'all know, like I said, I'm a big germaphobe. So the COVID fear is just in me. So one day, you never know though, because I always have something up my sleeve. So you never know. But it could happen. But I want to find a place where, like I said, everyone will have a home where they can come and watch every single day. Hi,
It'll
Rosetta.
happen.
If you're
It'll
still
happen.
here, and I see you all are enjoying and engaging the conversation, that should have been the top. Well, it is the topic for the day.
Yeah,
Definitely.
you know, if you have a a live studio show, I definitely would come back to that. Yeah.
Yes, and another thing, I would have to set the tone, what I would want my set to look like. And it would be a space where, of course, is
Thank you.
fashion
I'm gonna
forward,
follow you back.
edgy, all of these things. And Rosetta, make sure you message me as well too, so that we can set up for something in the fall. But I want a place where people can feel comfortable. It's a safe space because I call it the dollhouse. I call my platform the dollhouse.
Hmm.
K2, my brother calls his the K2 spot because he wants people to feel at home the same way that I do, but the way that I do it, and we talk fashion here, where I dress you guys not just with the clothes, of course, but I dress you guys with love. I dress you guys with understanding. I dress you guys with education. I dress you with so much knowledge here on this platform, and I do it in a way where it's fun, where you guys won't get bored. Because I've realized that being in this business, people have such a short attention span.
Hmm.
And you have to make sure that these audiences staying focused on you.
That's
You're
true.
not going to get a boring film. So, and it's draining because I have to think, okay, oh God, what am I going to say with this particular guest? Or what is this guest going to say back to me? Even when it came to the segment with Turn the Tables, which I did with Kevin in our first interview, we did the rapid
Hmm.
five and then we did Turn the Tables. That's nerve wracking because it's just like, oh God, now this person has the steering wheel in their hand, they're steering,
Yeah.
and I'm sitting here as the passenger. They get to ask me whatever they want, no guards. And some of the guests, y'all nosy. I know some of y'all nosy too. They ask me about my relationships, of my past boyfriends. I mean, y'all go there. But I want the same experience when I do a live show in person for the ones who are interested in coming to
Yeah.
watch a live show. I want that same experience. It's never going to be a dull moment. You're always going to be entertained. You're always going to be on your toes and the dollhouse. And I want to make sure that I'm providing a space for you guys where you can have fun, where you can learn as well too, and we can all just have a good time because I want people to have fun. We've all been pent up in the house, and it was depressing. It can be depressing for a lot of people to just be sitting there staring at the walls. So we're in a day and age where people want to laugh and have fun, and
Right.
that's what I give you guys here on my point. So yes, Rosetta, girl, when one of my guests he asked me that question. I wanted to melt in my chair, y'all. He was like, what was it, Deshaun? Yeah. Oh my God, Deshaun, he asked me that question. And it was Deshaun D. Will Spivey. He asked me that question. So what was your last relationship like? What was the guy you had in your life? I'm like, no, Deshaun. So he asked me that question. I had no choice but to answer. I said, okay, you set yourself up for it, girl. You gave your guest the steering wheel. But I do that for a reason.
Mm.
Because people want to know, even the viewers want to know more about you.
Oh
Not
yeah.
just the guest itself. They want to make sure that they know about the host as well, too.
Mm.
Someone else asked me in another interview, they asked, what is going to make you different from other hosts that do the same thing that you do? I said, my my personality, my style. We all
Yeah.
have different personality. We
Right.
all have a delivery that is different. If you go to K Toops, my brother K Toops, you're gonna get music, you're gonna get uh, acting, you're gonna get reviews, you're gonna get all of these things. If you come to Style by Stevie, you're gonna get fashion, elevation, you're gonna get glamour, you're gonna get drama, you're gonna get all of that. Not drama like a soap opera or love and hip hop
Yeah.
drama, but drama with style
Thank you,
and
Rosetta. I
attitude.
appreciate that.
That's what you're going to get here on my platform. And of course, there's going to be some moments that'll make you laugh. There's going to be some moments that'll make you cry. And there's going to be some moments where you're informed
Right.
as well, too. Now, my other colleague, Bubs the God, you're going to get straight up humor, real and raw with him, unapologetic. Bubs does not care. And then Tony Holly. Tony is from a place where he's in the Florida area. So, Florida, laid back, chill, down to earth. He there, you can tell it in his voice. He is from the South. He does not care. Tony is another one too, and my other brother, Kenny, Kenny Stallings, unapologetic, the same delivery as me, but you're gonna do it even more. But for me, everybody has their niche. Everybody has their lane. So that's what sets us aside and makes us different, and that's why you guys keep viewing it. Stevie, you is the hostess with the mostest. Love you from LA. And I love y'all too in LA. Almost all of my guests that I had have been either from LA, New York, the Atlanta area, or the Baltimore area. Those are the most requested guests that I've had on this platform. But I've also interviewed some from my town too, down here in the Carolinas. A lot
Okay.
of them, because we have talent in North Carolina.
Oh,
Renaissance Jones, you guys remember him? I
Renaissance
had
Jones.
Renaissance, yes, in the Carolina area, and Renaissance kept coming back consecutively. Like the same
Yeah.
with Kevin and
Yeah.
Steven and Nelson. All of the guests that I've had on, they've come back consecutively because of that chemistry that we had that you guys love. So that's what's important if I'm ever going to do a live show. But for y'all, I'm gonna bite the bullet and I'm gonna take my fear and just go for it because you guys have been so dedicated. You tune in faithfully every single day, Monday through Friday at 4 p.m. So it's only fair for me to give you what you guys are requesting, which is a live show. But again, there's going to be some guidelines and regulations in place because I am a big germaphobe. So we going to have to see. We're going to have Germex on deck for me every day. And we just gonna have to see how we going to work this out. But it's coming. But yeah, it's only fair
Yeah.
because you guys are loyal. Y'all view every single interview. You know every single thing, and it's only fair that I give that to y'all. So,
Well,
but I appreciate y'all for showing me so much love and enjoying the platform and enjoying the interviews this week. May went by so fast. Like
it did.
this
It
right
did.
here is the end of May. It will
Yeah.
be in June. So
Yeah. Uh, yeah. So,
hey, Paterno, I see you coming in here as well too. Any last minute questions before we conclude this convo? We always segue into something else, but we
yeah.
managed to stay focused on something.
Yeah.
But yes, last minute questions, thoughts, anything. Do you guys have anything you want to ask myself or Kevin Fashion Dolls? And you guys are awesome. I appreciate the love and the support that y'all give me because y'all are dedicated. And y'all have gotten bold. Y'all have even gotten to the point where y'all will message me, y'all will DM me and ask me where she's not lying. Where is she? She's not doing a show today. Or y'all will go and call my y'all will go, yeah, because he told me. K2 told me y'all will go and y'all will ask him where is she live, and he'll call me and he'll be like, it's my day off. So yeah, he's told me. But yeah.
Okay. Good question. Dream person to work with in the industry. My dream persons, I have two of them. My first one is Angela Bassett. Uh,
Oh,
I really don't even have to explain that one. Angela Bassett, and then Denzel Washington. Those are my two people that I would love to work with.
oh my God. Listen, when I was talking to Deshaun, I said, when you in this industry, I asked him, what do you, before we got into my relationship status, when he asked me that question, I asked him, who are some of the top actors in the creme de la creme? And he mentioned Denzel. And Angela was
Uh,
also one of them as well, too. So you can't go without mentioning them. Like, they are the creme de la creme of the industry.
right.
And they're vets in the game. Theater, Broadway, they've done it all. and also Ruby D and Nazi Davis. You can't
Oh yeah.
forget them. They're no longer here. God rest their souls.
Right.
But Shirley Ralph, she's a live, living
Yes,
legend herself. I
she
mean,
is.
Dreamgirls. So I mean, those are the creme de la creme of the industry.
Hmm.
Will Smith is another one. Everybody wants to work with them. Almost every actor, actress that I've interviewed has said Will Smith, Denzel at the top of their list. They will always come. They will always be the top of the creme. So yeah,
That's true.
good one. Let me see what else you said, King David. I was waiting today.
Jennifer
Today
Lewis.
at 5
Okay.
p.m. Oh, Jennifer Lewis. Please don't bring that up. That was embarrassing. Listen, also in that interview with Deshaun, if you go back, I kind of got taken out of my comfort zone because he made me do a Jennifer Lewis impersonation. And I'm not going to do it now, but if you guys know, you know. Go back and check it. You got to go and check that one out. It was pretty funny. And he was like, I think your fashion dolls, because I call you guys that. He said, I think your fashion dolls would be remiss if you didn't show them. I said, no, Deshaun, no. It's embarrassing because I always do Jackie's back for my mother to make her laugh and my grandmother. So, yeah, you got
No.
to go back and check it out in that interview with Deshaun. It was pretty funny. That's something I do behind the scenes that you guys don't see. But when I'm not live, because I do it for my mom, and she cracks up. And she says, you sound just like him. I shocked him. He said, you sound just like. So you have to go back and check it out. But that was embarrassing. That was so embarrassing. And you guys were cracking up in the comments. So I appreciate it. But we have now come to the end of the road, Fashion Dogs.
Okay.
I'm going to give you guys the final thought, and I'm going to let Kevin give his. And if you guys have any final remarks, anything after that, then we're going to wrap it up from here. But always a good time. Always a good time with y'all.
Always.
Okay, so
Always.
today's final thought comes from Dale Carnegie, and he says, develop success from failures. Discouragement and failure are two of the surest stepping stones to success. Now, being in this business for both of us as people that are in the industry, and I'm pretty sure Kevin can attest to this, and a lot of you guys in the audience can attest to it as well too. Everything is trial and error. You don't know if it's going to be a success the first time. Like for me, when I started off this season, right, season 18, I did not think it was going to be a success. I'm like, people are not going to be checking for me like that. They're going to get sick of seeing me. I got discouraged. And when I came back January 2nd, you guys, as if you never left, the ones who were sticking there. But then new people started to come in because of word to mouth. You guys
Mm.
share the lives, you share my videos, you repost to your stories. King David, I see your repost, and I appreciate it. And it's just like overwhelming all of this love and support because I doubted myself at first. We have to get out of the fear of doubting yourself and discouragement because in order to be successful in your life, you have to break that fear. And breaking the cycle of fear can be difficult for a lot of people. But let me tell you something. Overcoming it is a beautiful joy and a beautiful feeling. And
Mhm.
for me, I've learned that because I doubted myself at first. I'm like, people ain't gonna really go and check me out. They're gonna be checking for me. They're gonna be watching somebody else. There's gonna be somebody that's gonna come along and they're gonna check them out and they're gonna forget all about me. But I'm just like, no, people didn't forget about you. They love you. They adore
Right.
you. And I adore y'all too. I love y'all. And I've seen so many people in this business get discouraged about what I could have been. You never know if you
Hmm.
don't try. And there's
That's
a lot of
true.
people that want to go out for roles, that want to audition. I've seen people say, I want to audition for American Idol. I want to audition for The Voice. I don't know. I'm nervous. You have to break those nerves. You have to break your fear. Never let fear stop you from following your dreams and your passions. Again, discouragement and distractions. And Choice Skinner, Kevin, I'm pretty sure you ran in contact with Choice. He said that when I did my interview. He said, how do you how do you overcome negativity? Distractions. Distractions are part of the negative. And
Mm.
one thing to overcome the negativity and the distractions is to keep persevering into the positive and focusing on what you need to
Yeah.
go the next chapter in your life, the next stepping stone in your life. So take these failures, take that moment of discouragement, and use that to your best ability and let it mold you to have the success that you desire. Remember that, fashion laws. And that's where I've
Yeah.
gotten where I'm at. I've had to do a lot of makeup because if you met the old Miss Stevie when I first started in 2014, baby, listen, I'm gonna put it all out on the table. I'm gonna be real with y'all because I said this is the season of transparency. I wanted to fight. I wanted to cuss people out, and that's a Scorpio in me. My brother K Tooks will tell you. My girlfriend Felicia, she will tell you. I went to school with her, and she's just like, "Oh yeah, you gonna piss her off. She ready to fight." I was, but I had to do a whole 360, and I would go back and watch some of my interviews, and I'm just like, "Girl, that attitude." You could tell, but I would
Yeah.
have to kind of put on a smile sometime to mask it.
Uh-huh.
But that comes from self-discovery. I'm very toned down now. I promise y'all, I'm not fighting. I'm not. Well, I'm not really a fighter, but I wanted to. But I
Uh,
don't fight. I don't do that. But I had to do a complete 360 when I turned 30, because when you turn 30, that light bulb goes on. It's a moment of clarity. And for me, that was my moment of clarity. I'm like, okay, you're an aunt now. You got a nephew. You got this baby nephew. He's looking up to you. You got other people that are looking up to you. So make sure that you are
mm,
setting the example and paving the way. And that's what I wanted to do. But yes, discouragement and distractions, never let them stop you from getting to the next chapter of your
amen to
life.
that.
If you sit there focusing on what could have been. So, Kevin, thoughts, gems?
Um, Well, I don't even know what to say after all that you gave. That was really, thoughtful what you gave. I would always just say to never let anyone discourage you. Um, if you have something in your heart, it was placed in your heart for a reason, and you need to use whatever gift God has given you, and not just sit on it, because you don't want to be somebody who goes through life and then gets older. God willing, you get to make it to see an older day, and be somebody who's living in regret with all the things that you could have done or you should have done. Try everything that you can, and if you fail, at least you tried. If you don't try at all, then you'll just be sitting around wondering, well, what could have happened if I did try? So definitely, if you have a dream, pursue it. It's in your heart for a reason, so pursue
All Rosetta, don't cry the lashes off, girl.
it.
Listen, I had to tell somebody when I do my interviews. I said, "Oh no, please don't make me cry." And I broke down crying when I did my interview with Original Magazine UK. But I'm gonna go back to what Kevin just said about aging and getting older. I was watching Patty LaBelle because she just recently celebrated a birthday, and
Yes,
she
sir.
says,
Hey.
"I'm thankful to be here." She's 80 years old. And she said, I'm thankful to be here. I've went through 50, I went through 60, I went through 40, I went through 30. I went through all of these chapters in my life, but I'm thankful to still be here. And with aging comes wisdom. So that's what I've learned. In my 30s, you have to be a beacon of light to somebody else. So
Sure.
that's the only thing right now. But yeah, y'all seen those chapters. Yeah, if you would have met the old Miss Stevie, baby, I'm telling you, I had to do a lot of soul searching, reevaluating, and just
Mm,
give myself a complete total makeover, not the outside, but the inside. And that comes from pain and different things that I was feeling: anger, pain, rage, being hurt, all of these things. And it would show up when I was doing a show. I'd be so passionate. And it's one thing to be passionate, but to just take it like slow down. That was my thing, just
mm.
slow down. But that's what I've learned. And I hope you guys have learned that as well too, as far as distractions and discouragement. I want you guys to take that with you. So we are now at the end of the road, fashion dolls. I Y'all are welcome. I had to, as I said, during this season I did not want to go in without being transparent with people. I
Right.
want to be able to let the guard down, cut the velvet rope, and let people into who Miss Stevie really is. So nobody can tell your story better but you, and that's what I wanted to do
True.
with this season. So yes, you are so welcome. Y'all are so welcome. Anytime, anytime. And we have some more great shows this week. I hope you guys will be tuned in every day, 4 p.m., Monday through Friday. We have amazing guests, uh, Kevin J. Stone. So, where can everyone follow you and check out these projects?
So right now, you're already on Instagram, so you can go ahead and follow me here at the Kevin J Stone. But on everything else, it's the Kevin J Stone as well. The movies I'm in, you can just search my name, Kevin J Stone, on Amazon, Peacock, Tubi. Just search my name and anything I'm in should pop up.
All right, Fashion Dolls, there you have it. Stay tuned so
Uh-huh.
that you can see what Kevin is working on, and we're going to have him back, of course, again. These conversations are always refreshing and informative to a lot of people. IMDb. Okay, I'm going to look you up. And
Yes,
Rosetta, we
indeed.
got to get you on the
Yeah.
show, girl. Don't forget.
And thank you as well, King David. I appreciate nice meeting you as well.
All right, Fashion Dolls. So joining me tomorrow, hopefully, if he's joining me, Fernando Marrero. So make sure you guys tune in. And Rosetta says congrats.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, Fashion Dolls. Always a pleasure checking you out, and we will see you hopefully tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then Thursday. You guys take care and have a great evening. Take care, everyone.